Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. Let's get this hair together. I bent down and all my hair fell forward, and I'm trying to put it back together again. But hello, hello. Um, this is a pretty nice size haul. So I have things that might seem unrelated, but it all makes sense to me, and I wanted to share it. Something I realized I did not put in my description, and I'm about to fix that right now, is a link for something else that I got. So it's from Which Way Magazine. Every time. Which Way Magazine, and it's the Grimoire Society. So it's this book. So I just got this week. I've been really excited about getting this. One of my cousin sisters actually got this, excuse me, as well. Which Way Magazine. I'm going to share a link with you in case anybody else is interested in getting this. It has been a time with allergies here. I'm sure if pollen count, everything is it's just really tough right now. Whew. All right, let me put the link in case you're interested. Uh, Which Way Magazine, but yeah, the Grimoire Society. This is it's like a little magazine and it comes with a story. So look at this. Like it's just fun to me. This is like Happy Meal, fun witchy Happy Meal. Um, I'm really excited. I haven't gotten into it yet because I kind of saved it for you guys as well. Avoid spiritual con artist, eclipse tragedy, astrology, influencer, murders family. That actually, yeah, happened. Unfortunately, I'm not laughing about that, but like this is just like this is for May, so it comes out monthly. So it's giving me like the news. Like this is so cool, and I love having something like this as a wish. It's $5, by the way. It's $5 for this. It's not like a huge investment. And the paper quality, because I am a bit of a paper snob, it's like a nice soft satiny finish, a little on the thicker side. It's not like copy paper or something like that. I'm trying to think. I think it's that. Do I have paper like that? Yeah. That 32-pound paper. That's what it feels like. So it has a story in here. And I think this is, from my understanding, like an ongoing story. I haven't, like I said, I've saved this to show you guys. I'm trying to get to the last page, but it's all a story. And then, is that it? No. Classic recipes from the cauldron. Look at this. Ask the stars as it drops on my hand. Ask the stars. um, One second. What is this? Oh. I'm sorry, something at the bottom of the screen is popping up here in YouTube. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I'll leave it be. Anyway, let me read my May horoscope. For Aries, this is your time, Aries. Okay. You're unstoppable. If you've ever needed to take on the world, it's now. Citrus aromatherapy could add oomph to your energy. I would agree with that. And oh my gosh, I've been eating a bunch of blood oranges like regularly, adding it. Just I saw them. I was at Trader Joe's and they were a good deal, some blood oranges, and I've just been eating them like with my first meal of the day. Um, and I got some orange marmalade. Yeah, orange marmalade for my Ezekiel bread toast because it's like a no flour bread. They're right. It's been something I've been doing. A handbook of unusual divination and unique oracular techniques, a curious future, available Amazon. So this is actually an advertisement. I adore this book, like this little magazine. This is so cool. And I love that I get it for $5 a month. I like it a lot. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the trash. So that's that. So that's a separate thing. Let me show you what I got from Amazon. So I've never gotten this brand before. It's a sticker book. And I thought this would be great for like, well, in my planners for sure, but in my grimoire updates, like I'm thinking like some goddess work, or if I just kind of want to do a little something different with feminine energy. So this is the sticker book. I did not put this as well. I realize now that did I put this in there in a description? I don't think I did. I can fix it. I got a lot of things I'm gonna go through, but I'm gonna go. Let me go ahead and do this because if it looks nice to be for. Oh yeah, it's nice. I'm gonna want to share. When I find things and I think it's really cool, I'm the type of person I want to share it with anybody who wants, if you want to see it, but I can't wait to tell you about it. I don't gatekeep. I'm gonna add another link. So the link is in the chat. Anyway, so let's get into this. Love and beauty. 20 different, it says 20 different content. I don't know, but I don't know the company or something. I was looking at wrong sticker books on Amazon, to be honest. And then I saw this. This is only 13 bucks. So I was like, oh, well, I don't mind. So I figured these are really pretty. Hi. You're welcome. I think these are really nice looking stickers. Oh my God, I love these so much. Oh, these are really nice. It's giving like Victorian, like this is perfect because I'm on a whole Bridgerton vibe right now. Oh, this is cute. See, you only see it on the screen, but in person, look at this. It's like it fits like the cottage core, the Victorian, the um like, the darker theme. I was just typing Bridgerton. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely making me think Bridgerton, which is on point right now. Oh my God, look at this sticker here. It's just, I love this. So I'm thinking like for abundance, and if like, I love this, make life sweeter or something like that. Happiness. Like this page is great, actually. You caught up. Oh my gosh. I'm a little pissed off that they only gave us 4 episodes. Like, why would you do that? I didn't even realize I was done. Like, I didn't know it went that fast. I was so heartbroken. I was like, no. Like, I was just watching, like, okay, what's happening next? I just sat there and just let them keep going. And then I didn't realize that it was only 4 episodes. I was just so excited to see it. Honestly, I'm enjoying it because I enjoy the writing, I enjoy the styles, the colors, the wardrobe, the hair is over the top, the relationships. However, nothing beats Queen Charlotte. That had us, me and anybody I know that watches, like by the time we was done, we were in tears. Like, if you really got into it, because I know one person was like, I lost interest. I'm like, how? That was so, I was in tears by the end of Queen Charlotte. Like, I could not stop crying. Like, it was so touching. Oh, this is cute. So what happens is these are like a white background, it looks like more like paper, and this is more like a clear background. So they're not even quite the same. I'm picking up. Yeah, this is a matte finish. So this is, I like the diversity in the paper. But look at these. Oh my God, I love this so much. I'm gonna have to, now that I got, like, I didn't want to go crazy and order a bunch of stuff and it wasn't gonna work. But oh, I'm definitely gonna order again. 13.99, not bad, because wrong is crazy expensive. Um, and she features, when a diverse uh figures in her stickers. That's why I wanted to get it. But I'm just saying these are really inexpensive. So I think that was the last one. So anyway, Love and Beauty sticker book from Amazon. I'm digging this a lot. I'm going to try to make it through without going into some sort of coughing fit. It has been a morning for me, coming into the afternoon, of just trying to keep it together. Now, let's talk about. I gave you the links are in the descriptions because and those are for Amazon so you can buy it. And I have an affiliate link that that's what I'm using. So please click on that. It's a small amount, but it helps. But I actually purchased these at Barnes and Noble because I physically wanted to go into a store. So this is also part of the haul. So that's Amazon, just that sticker book. Yeah, that's all I got from Amazon. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff, so stay with me. But I got pick this up. This is in my wish list to get on Amazon, but I was able to get it in person. Marie Laveau Voodoo Grimoire. I was very curious about it. So if I purchase a book like this, I'm very curious to know who the author is because it matters. It matters a lot who the author is. So her name is Denise Alvarado. She was born and raised in the rich Creole culture of New Orleans. The author of numerous books, including The Magic of Marie Laveau, Voodoo Hoodoo Spellbook, and the Voodoo Doll Spellbook. She is a reader of Southern Conjure at Crossroads University. So if you're interested in her, her website is creolemoon.com. So this is the author. And I'm not even going to go into a whole thing on why it's so important. When you're talking getting books on voodoo or hoodoo, it does matter who the author, in my opinion, is. It matters a lot, actually. So if you're interested in what's in this book, I'm just going to go to the table of contents if I can get there. And this is a recently published book. It was published this year. So there's about 15 chapters. In the introduction, of course, Materia Magica, beauty formulas, the best times for conjuring, caring for your ritual items, conjure in the kitchen, Creole cures and remedies, incense, love magic, magic dust and sachet powders, the magical household, conjure oils and spiritual waters, uncrossing and protection, voodoo's charms, grigri, mojo, and how do you say that? Is it Onga? Gwanga? Ouanga. I don't think I've ever actually said that word out loud. Seven folk rites of Lavu voodoo, and then sage advice, marvelous secrets. A practical guide to New Orleans style magic inspired by the life and traditions of Marie Laveau, the eternal and enduring queen of New Orleans voodoo. The Marie Laveau Voodoo Grimoire is a working spellbook created for the modern witch and conjure worker that provides formulas and recipes for solving the problems of daily living and enhancing quality of life. More than just a collection of spells, the book contains tips and recommendations for improving one's spell crafting skills and living a magical spiritual life. I'm very interested in that. The author draws upon her own Creole heritage to bring this unique and regional style of magic to the greater public in a clear, accessible way, teaching everything from stone, root, and bone magic to ritual oils and spells for healing, protection, love, beauty, banishing, and so much more. So now you might understand. It seems like it might be pretty good. I will let you know. So I did a lot of hauls between, I think, the last time and this time. So I'm going to be needing to read all these books. I'm still reading Weather Magic. I have not finished that book. That book requires me to pay more attention because it's more science. It's definitely science based. So I'm like, wait, let me make sure I understand. So I'm reading to understand. So I read a little bit slower and taking notes. So I thought I would be done by today. If it was probably any other book, like something like this, I would have been done. But I have to pace myself on that book because, I mean, just the first chapter, talking about the layers of the atmosphere, stratosphere, and so forth, like the detail, which I appreciate because there's nothing wrong with being educated. And I like that. It's just that I haven't had to think about these things in a very long time. I'll just say that. I haven't had to use that type of my brain like that, if that makes any sense. So it's requiring more of my brain power to get through the book, which is good. We should all challenge ourselves like that. Is it hard? Yeah, not hard, but it's harder than reading any other book. So I'm glad I can test myself is what I'm saying, challenge myself. So the Cottage Witch's Guide to Magic. This is by Suzanne Lemon, creator of The Witch and the Goddess, which I'm not familiar with. But as a practicing cottage witch, just came out. Of course, I was going to get this. This was also in my Amazon wish list of things to get. 25 enchanting projects to make your home more sacred. So it's color. And I kind of feel like with books like this, you ideally would want it to be in color. It's a beautiful looking book. So we have, let's see, we have 5 chapters. It's in different sections. First chapter, mystical moon wreaths and enchanted wall hangings. Chapter 2, sacred space and altar adornments. Chapter 3, kitchen witchery. 4, magic in a flash. And chapter 5 is preparing to make magic. So I'm going to jump ahead to page 91. I'm curious about something. So this is magic in a flash. Love the imagery. Okay, so witch balls. I've definitely done this. It's always a fun activity. Oh, and they give you a how to. What is, yeah, they give you a how to, which I think is pretty cool. Ooh, is this a wreath? Wait, hold on now. Magical mini wreaths. Oh, I might have to do this because looks fun. And it's a step-by-step guide. I like a full color step-by-step guide, botanical bath blends, so things like that. So this is right up my alley, doing crafts. I love doing crafts. I love doing stuff where it involves the home. Spell jars. Oh, that's pretty. I might do something like this very soon. Okay, so this is, yeah, it's a nice looking book, Magic Wand. So it's all different types of crafts in here. So definitely had to get this one. Then this is something, it's not new, it's been around for some years now, but I personally don't own a copy because I have the Encyclopedia of Spirits. I never had the Encyclopedia of 5,000 Spells by Judica Isles. I've been wanting to add this to my collection for quite some time, and I visibly saw it, and I was like, maybe because I was in the store and I saw it, I was like, okay, let's make this happen. Let's just get this book. So if you have never heard of this, this is something that a lot of people have. A lot of witches that I personally know have this book. It's the thing, or the spirits one, or both. 5,000 spells. So you're going to have everything in here. I'm just going to open it up to just a random page. A grapefruit spell, birthday candles, grains of paradise bath. Like it's all kinds of stuff in here. Um, Now, I will tell you this about the spells in the book. It is not like this is how it looks. And these are all individual spells where it's the darker writing. That's the title, and the rest is the spell. There's not like this long thing of say this, do this. It's not a lot of that. For instance, there's beef tongue court case spell. There's actually 4 of those here. Let's see if there's any more on the other page because I'm curious. No, there's more. There's 9 different beef tongue court case spells. So we have one for the basic version. The basic version. Let's talk about that. This spell is intended to provide legal victory, and they give about 6 steps for that. Spell 2 of the same thing is hold your tongue. This spell may be adapted to prevent false testimony or perhaps to prevent any testimony at all. And then you have the cooked tongue. Should a civil suit be threatened, prepare the beef tongue with name, papers, and pins and needles as above. But instead of putting the tongue on ice, cook and eat it. And then a hung jury, if you want that. It just keeps going. So we have one for the low tech version. If the use of beef tongues is if the use of beef tongues is as old as it's reputed to be, how was the basic spell accomplished before the advent of refrigeration? Should disaster I know it's coming. Should disaster cause extended power failures? Will this genre of spells go the way of the dinosaurs? Luckily, an old-fashioned method of preparing this spell exists. I'm going to read this one, the old-fashioned. Listen to this. It's only 4 steps. Write out all name papers and place them within slits cut into the tongue. Close up the slits with pins and needles. Place the tongue between two large blocks of ice. Wrap up this tongue sandwich in white silk and bury in the earth. Now, there's some more details. Now, once tucked away, whether in earth or the icebox, it's not customary to make any further adjustments. However, if you feel that it may become necessary for you to go back and play with the ingredients, this version must be done immediately prior to the court case because obviously without refrigeration, the beef tongue cannot stay secret for long because it'll smell. Don't you like infusing the mundane and just how things work with like magic like that? That is so cool. Anyway, so now that's just, that's the spell. You're going to want to, say more. Someone like me, I would be petitioning my ancestors most likely. I would be petitioning a specific deity that or spirit that would help in this area. I would also be saying some sort of charm, some sort of rhyme or something like that. I would be speaking my intentions out loud. So that's the thing that you're not getting with this, but I wanted to bring it up anyway. So yeah, there's a lot of different things in here. I am going to have so much fun. To me, this is a great book for a template. If you have like, you need a spell and it's like, oh, I gotta put the spell together. It's something very specific. I would, use this book for that. The table of contents is pretty good for the most part. Yeah, the spells. So that like animal spells, banishing spells, better business and professional success spells, the evil eye, divination spells, weather spells, youth, beauty, longevity spells. So it tells you that. There is a warning on the beginning. Look at that. There's a warning. The encyclopedia of 5,000 spells contains an overview of magical spells and practices from a multitude of eras, traditions, and places. It is intended as It is intended as an inclusive encyclopedia and reference book. Many of the spells contained within these pages are not to be used and should not be reproduced. Some involve dangerous, potentially harmful, and deadly poisonous botanicals. The author and the publisher strongly advise against using any spells containing noxious substances or poisonous botanicals, or spells containing blood, the use of which could result in the transmission of blood-borne diseases, which may be fatal. These spells are only reproduced here to provide a historical context. Any reader uses the spell entirely at their own risk, and the author and publisher accept no liability if the spells do not have the desired effect or adverse effects or costs. This book is not suitable for children. Well, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. So, yeah, I have been wanting to add this. I will. Magic is the ancient and absolute science of nature and her laws. Ooh. So I'm digging. This is heavy. I am digging this book. So, yeah, if you were interested, like I have a copy on a Nook. Remember the Nook, the Nook is as opposed to Kindle. But I don't use that because I use Kindle. So, and it's the one for spirits, which I think I want to purchase a hard copy of that as well instead of just electronic copy. Let me tell you something. Technology changes, and even though I'm a Kindle girly, it's easier for me to read on Kindle. I am finding that there is this. There is not just a fear. I think it's a excuse me, justified fear that one day we're not going to be able to access these things that we, pay for with a monthly subscription. I'm very concerned about that. Speaking of Barnes and Noble again, this is a notebook. Do I need this? No, we don't. We don't need notebooks. I'm still trying to decide what I'm doing with other notebooks. But this is they had a Harry, they have that Harry Potter section in the Barnes and Noble, and it was only $12.95. And I had points because I signed up for the free Barnes and Noble membership, so I had rewards. So that it was dollars off. So I was like, hey, yeah, let me do it. 144 sheets. Let's get into it. I don't know how I'm going to use this yet. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But it's just too cute. And I love the little tabs at the top. And look at this, just It's just lined notebook paper. I'm going to show you the next one. Like, these are just so cute. Here's the thing. I use, it's somewhere around here. I use notebooks. I'm saying this as I can't find it. Where is that notebook? It's somewhere around here. Anyway, I write my notes here. I like to have a notebook or notepad on my desk at all times. Gun to my head. I don't know where I put it, but it's around here somewhere. I think I took it out. Yeah, it's in my room because I was reading and I was taking notes in it, which is my point. I just use this notebook up. It has like a shopping list. It has scripting for when I do a video. It has like a password I just changed. It has all that sort of stuff in it. I don't throw away notebooks, so. But I love the tabs at the top, and that's what drew me to. I thought it was a planner, which I didn't need, but this is so fun looking. I was like, oh, this is happening. Look at this. It's so cute. Look at them when they're like the little people, Harry Potter. So yeah, I definitely had to get it. Again, there's no explanation as to why. This is the back, and you just got this blank page, and that's it. So yes, Harry Potter notebook with these cute little tabs. So yeah, this had to happen. Okay, there's more. So I placed an order. I just got it. I was a little concerned about this because I placed this last week, and Ink Goddess Creations is in Tucson, Arizona. So I I thought I was safe in getting it before today, but it actually came right before I started here. So I'm glad because I got it wanting to share the contents with you guys. So I was a little annoyed when it hadn't shipped right away, but we're gonna let that go. So I'm opening it up with you guys, a for real unboxing of my Ink Goddess Creations. The link is in the description if you are interested in all the things that are in here or any of their things. So it's just a little couple things here that I got. So I'll start with this. Holy Basil Seed Ball Planting Set. So let me show you what this is. There's seed ball. If I can get it to come on, please open up. It's the nails. It's the nails for me. uh, there we go. Beneath the light of the moon and the stars dance with me. That's what's on here. So, oh, full moon, cultivate the soil. Excuse me, cultivate the soil. Plant root crops or fruiting perennials. Last quarter moon. Avoid planting and focus on improving the soil. New moon. Sow or transplant your leafy annuals. First quarter. Plant fruiting annuals, not fruit trees. Growing tip. Place in a very bright south-facing window. The more light, the better. Keep plants nipped back if they're getting leggy or go to flower very quickly. Anyway, so yeah, there's seed balls. Look at this. It's a seed ball. So I wanted to get this, and it's basil. I can never have too much basil. I have one on my windowsill right now, so I thought I'd try this from them. So it's Holy Basil Seed Ball Planting Set. So yes, seed balls are an ancient technique for propagating plants that preserves and protects seeds while they germinate and grow roots. Each seed ball is handmade with recycled materials. Plant this special orb in your sacred space to protect against evil spirits or use in daily culinary rituals for a body boost. Instructions are press 1/3 of the way down into soil, do not bury, place in full sun or a very sunny location, can be planted in a pot, planting container, or directly in the garden. Allow space from mature plants around the planting area. Keep moist and water is needed. So I'm very excited to try this. Never forget, I'm a cottage witch and this is what I do. I get into this kind of stuff. So I needed seeds for sure. More basil. And let's get into this. So this is Kitchen Witch Home Magic Cinnamon Clove Honey Candle. And I love the way how it looks. Let's see how it smells. Ooh, ooh, that smells nice. It smells cinnamon, clove, and a bit of honey. I'm giving it to you for you to smell it anyway. Oh, that's nice. So I look forward to adding this um, in my kitchen for sure. And then I have something else. Let's get into this. Okay. Cottage Witch Hearth Magic. Oak moss, patchouli, vetiver, and clove. Now let's see how this smells. Ooh. It's kind of what I thought it was. I can smell like patchouli. So this is a cottage witch candle. I plan on doing just some stuff, house energy blessings. I'm going to infuse this with my own magic. If the lid don't pop off, I'm going to fuse it with my own magic as well. With these, the kitchen witch that's going in the kitchen, the cottage witch one, I'll just have in a general area. But I wanted to just share this with you again. I love the colors of the candles. Like, look at that blue green, and look at this like purplish color. I love these. And I love the size of the candles, by the way. Like, that's the perfect size for what I want to do. So that's Ink Goddess Creations. Again, my intention, let me see if I can close these a little more. So the Hearth Magic, definitely when I'm doing, like I said, blessings. So tomorrow marks the beginning of the month. So I'm going to be doing some work. I was also another reason I actually wanted this to get here. So I look forward to lighting this after doing some cleaning and cleansing as well. And this is something I think I'm going to just dedicate to Hestia in my kitchen on her altar as well. So I'm quite excited about this. And this definitely is something I'm going to be working on as well. I'll probably most likely be sharing some of this if you're interested on my other channel, Magical Lifestyle of a Cottage Witch. So let me get to the next thing. So I, I was in the mood to physically go into the store, and I did. So I talked about this last week. I wanted to go to a metaphysical store in person, and I did. So it's in Phoenix, and it's called Stardust and Sage. So they also have services as well at the store. You can also go online and purchase the items as well. I really like the store. It has a really nice vibe. When you walk in, the people in the store are just really nice. I had a reading done years ago at this store. And when I think about that reading, um, she didn't use tarot. She used shells and, yeah, I think she used cowrie shells in that reading. And I had never had that done for me before. So I was really open to it. As a reader myself, of course I read for myself, but there are some times where, and especially at that point in my life, I had a cloud of confusion about the situation, that I was wanting to get a reading for deep down. I didn't express exactly what. I just really wanted a general reading, but I knew that was going to come to the surface, and it did. And it was one of the first things she said and brought up when she started the reading. And she just basically let me know that my situation that I was wondering about was never going to change. People are who they are. If you're gonna stay involved, if you're gonna stay doing what you're doing, just know there is no change point. This is what it is. And it was a lot more information. And my daughter was there. She had one too, really important reading. And um, it wasn't about telling me what to do. It was more, you know what this is, right? And once I got that, I it's life changed. I'll just say that life changed drastically. So I have not. I was gonna make some Florida water, but I trust them, so I purchased this. They're Florida water. They had larger bottles, but I did want to get some, so I purchased this because I didn't have any. I had rose water. I had Florida water from some time ago, but it was time for me to get a new bottle. And I didn't get a whole lot of stuff, but I did get some stuff. Um, I needed to get some black candles for some work, a specific like these type of candles. So I want to get these. Just so I only needed two because that's all I need. I have some, but I wanted something like just like this is the right height for what I'm going to be doing. A little magic, a little work. And I wanted to get this particular candle. This is for health because I'm going to be doing some work. And yeah, that's all I can talk about. But this is what I got from there. And this is a pretty big size. Like, you get the ones from the Dollar Tree. They're not quite this large. I wish I could. It's across the room. But anyway, they're not quite this size. Like this is a good size. It doesn't have a funky smell. This is one of the problems with the Dollar Tree ones. I'm gonna save some of those jars and I'm gonna make my own candles and just fill those up because I want to do that. Hey, gemstones, I want to. I can smell. It smells like oil, engine oil or something of the Dollar Tree, which I'm thinking is petroleum, by the way, and that's not healthy for me to be breathing in. And even though I love a good Dollar Tree find, and especially for witchy stuff, and I've done a lot of witchy Dollar Tree hauls and things like that, the facts are the facts. I know what I smell, and I'm got one of those people. My nose like is I'm my scent is when it comes to my senses, the nose is my strongest. I can smell very well, which is driving me crazy because my allergies are acting up so bad. But anyway, um, I sometimes believe, when possible, make the investment. So what I'll do is I'm going to keep these glass jars, and I'll take off, the labeling or just recover it at some point once I'm ready to recycle this. And I'll use my own candle wax, which I have beeswax and I can just get more. So it's not that serious. It does smell like chemicals. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm like, I know, and it's not just one candle. This has been ongoing. Now, and I have some candle stockpile that I got, just a handful from the Dollar Tree, like white. I think I got yellow and red, green. I like to keep things like that on hand. There are dollars, so you get a couple at a time when you can. But I really haven't wanted to burn them because the smell. So I actually picked up candles at, I want to say Party City, but that's not what it is. The other store that pops up at Halloween, Spirit Halloween, who's in the title. And I converted those to, with spelled candles. So I use those. They don't have a smell. They don't smell like a chemical. Now, do they have petroleum? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to make my own. I have some beeswax pellets that I need to melt down. You can add essential oils or not, but I can add my spell ingredients and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to just start doing that myself. It's not, I have a set of pots too that I can dedicate to this because I recently purchased a new pot. So I have some other pots that, I can use and do the double boiler. Yeah, double boiler. I can do all that. But anyway, I'm looking forward to some spell work with this one. So these are real spells that I'm going to be doing. And oh, must have melted a little bit. Anyway, and then I have this one because I actually work with Yamaya. Some people say Yamaya, 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 and Yamaya. Or I've even heard somebody say Yamaya. So she knows who she is, and she knows what I mean when I call her. But anyway, um, there's also a prayer on here. So with these types of candles, if you were curious, it says, Saint Black Woman with 7 stripes on your face. Queen guests receives greetings. Lady Mother of all sea, Mother Son of fish, where out there you have your throne under the bottom of sea, where you have your wealth for your obedient child, mother of mine, I thank you. So, and it's in Spanish and stuff like that, but I'm not going to be saying this, so don't worry about it. Um, but I will be, oh, it looks like some of the wax got on the outside a little bit. I'll clean this up. But yeah, I will be using this in some dedication work with her soon. And since they had it, I said, let me get it now. I think that's it. I want to make sure I'm not skipping anything because I was, out and about. There is actually something else that I did get. But Stardust and Sage, they also have herbs. Oh my gosh. So when I got into the store, when I first time I went, which was what, 2, 3 years ago, they had you walked into the store and it was just the store, and then the back, it's in Phoenix, so it's like in a city and it's by ASU campus. So it's, they definitely have like it feels like the city, it feels like a vibe. So when I went in there, I like that. I live in the suburbs. I don't get that. I get like shopping centers. It's definitely not a shopping center. You're in a city. And yeah, you walk in, it was just a store, and now there's a store, and you would have to walk upstairs. And there was like an unfinished space they were working on, but they finished it, and it's like an apothecary, and it's all these beautiful, clean glass, big jars with beautiful, just simple labels on them. Very clear for me, the customer, to come in and see what it is, of just like herbs, just wall to wall herbs, and it goes up really high. And in the middle, they have like an island set up, and they have tea that you can try. So they make a fresh tea blend every day. And there was one for your allergies, to help with your allergies, when I came in. So I now have a place to go and physically buy my herbs. And that just, my heart, because we talked about, I've built up an apothecary. I'm still, as I go, I'm a witch who believes in practice, stay ready so you don't have to get ready type thing. So like, put your stuff in your pantry. Part of witchcraft, or what had been a part of witchcraft for quite some time, is being wise and prepping and having things on hand within reason. And it's not about having exotic things and spending a lot of money. It's about having common things on hand. Um, do you have bay leaf right now? So if I said, hey, let's work a spell together, guys. We're just gonna do a simple spell. If you're watching this, even if you're on a replay, like, do you have bay leaf? Do you have a bay leaf handy? Some people do, but a lot of people don't. That's one of those things it's good to just have on hand. Do you have some oregano, dried oregano, on hand? Do you have salt? Do you have black salt? Do you have black salt? That sort of stuff. So like, definitely, about being prepared. Anyway, so they have these herbs, so they sell them online, and it is a black owned store. And you don't see, at least I don't, I haven't seen a lot of that. A metaphysical store, a spiritual store that sells a nice variety of different items. Like, this is what I chose to get, but they have all kinds. They have a nice size crystal collection in there as well. Different types of incense, different types of tools, and of course their herbs selection is vast. And I'm a person who goes off of energy, so this is now my third visit ever going into that store, and they had just opened the first time I went about 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago. Mixed herbs are good if you have nothing else. Exactly. If you don't have anything else, but at least have something. And unfortunately, I come across people who are witches who might have been practicing, they kind of fell out, or they've been practicing, but they've collected things, but they haven't really assessed what they've collected and what they could do with it. They haven't organized it. So they might have signed up for a subscription box. So they have some herbs over here, a crystal sitting over there type thing. But knowing what you have, storing it properly so that you can access it. I recently had a situation where on the fly, Wednesday, sorry, it's Wednesday, yeah, that I had to, on the fly with others, so it wasn't even by myself, quickly create a quick charm to say, and bless some candles, get the candles ready, spell the candles, speak the charm, basically cast the whole spell like immediately because it was a dire, immediate situation and it wasn't even one focus. The intention was three different intentions. So, you know, I just went into overdrive and with others who did the same thing, and we're all helping each other out when clarifying what the intention, what we're going to say, what we're going to do, and we did it in the moment. But none of that would have made sense if I didn't have any supplies. And when I say supplies, again, it's not about spending money and having a bunch of stuff. What do you use that are supplies? You can repurpose things. Do you have things that you repurpose to use if you want to cast a spell? You know, do you have? And we went with well, I use different oils, already made oils. This is what I'm talking about. So I'm somebody, I like to make oils. I like to have them ready. I like to have different things like that, potions and things of that nature. Moon water, I like to have some of that on hand. I'm looking over because I'm looking at my shelf right now. The little crystals with the little crushed crystals, things like that. Um, yeah, but I needed like a road. We used a road opener oil. I used the uh, High John, the Conqueror oil. Um, my personal blend of my own anointing oil is like an all-purpose anointing oil. I use that. I have dried flowers ready to go at all times. So like roses, like you can get access to these things. These things are not like absurd to be able to get. You like if you got flower, I mean, you can get flowers yourself. The supermarket flowers, dry them and use them in spell work. um I like to have blends of herbs ready to go for burning, as well, because not everything is a candle. Sometimes I like to just burn some herbs and I speak my intentions as the smoke goes out and into the atmosphere. Sometimes it is just holding a crystal and having crystals available if you like that, or some sort of spelled object that when you were, feeling good and you were, in a space where you could put energy into it, and using that in a moment and in emergency type situations. I am a Reiki master, so I have been trained and I've been practicing. I haven't offered this as an actual service yet, and I've specifically distance Reiki, by the way, because once you're trained, you should really practice, and that's something I do. Um, and I'm still practicing. I'm getting to the point where I think I'll be confident to offer this as an actual service. But anyway, um, using what I know as far as about Reiki, as because when you talk about like transferring energy and stuff like that, that we're in a realm of doing Reiki. So it's like the same thing, in my mind. So I can pull up a certain type of energy that I want to cast out, what the intention is, and I think of the energy side. I think of, if I can, because I wasn't doing it for myself, I was doing it for others. The spell, the quick spell I had to do on the fly, and I was just thinking of what I wanted for them, but as a feeling, as an emotion, not as like a big picture vision outcome. Because when you're talking about other people, the vision I have might not quite be the vision they have. So that's not what I want to do. It's more about the emotions and the feelings. Um, and that's what I conjured up in myself. And it's a focus thing because I can't be thinking about too much in that moment. And I bring that up. And it doesn't take very long once you learn how to do this and get your mind together where you can focus a little bit more. And then once it's there, I let that come out. And I have ways of basically taking those emotions and actually letting them leave my body into an object, into the person, or whatever I'm doing. But anyway, that's a long explanation. But yeah, but if I didn't have my items ready to go, see, I think ahead. Like, I know I'm going to be doing something with these candles. Am I going to be doing it today, tomorrow, this weekend? Probably not. But I know it's coming. But I know it's coming. So I know. Also, I use my intuition. There are times you'll probably, especially if you're in a physical store, online, sometimes it's just because you just I know me. I like to shop. So you just put in your cart. Like I might use it later, but in a store, like when you're physically standing there, it's easier for things to kind of call to you and you don't really know why you need it. This I know people who thrift, they have this experience, especially if you're a spiritual person. Some like the energy is calling you. I recently added dance to my spell work. Oh, good. Yes. Let me tell you, my last full moon, that's what I did. I did a full, my body was hurting the next day. That's how much I was dancing. I danced around this house. I didn't even stay in one step, like in one place. I just moved about. Yeah, they say dance like nobody's watching. Well, I did. So I turned all the lights out and lit candles. I used my battery operated candles, which was going to be interesting because I was like, well, I had one candle that I lit, but I wanted the focus to be on that one candle, but I also still wanted it dark. So I put on a playlist that I have, and you are rubbing me up for the next thing I'm about to talk about. When you said dancing anyway, and I have like wall sconces, and they have battery operated candles. I have that; they flicker. I have a bunch of lanterns that I've been. I got a thing about lanterns. I've anyway, so they're all over the house. So battery operated candles, excuse me, all lit up. So it was a nice, very witchy vibe in here. And I danced, and it was a release because it wasn't about dancing. I mean, yes, you dance to the beat. You dance to the beat, but it was about just releasing and letting your, but just a build up, like you do your spell work as raising energy, and you get to the point where you are moving maybe a little bit faster, or you're when you like if you flay your arms or if you're moving, it gets a little bit more. It's more. You're putting more energy into it each time, that type thing. Um, until you feel you can't. You just keep going. It's so effective. And we know that ties us to our ancestors. I don't care who you are. This is a thing in just like humans. This is, something that has been studied. We know that most cultures have been in touch with like sound and dance and things like that. So it's yeah, that's an ancient practice. Um, I like that too. So let me tell you this now, because you brought this up, gemstones. I got some music. I love music. So there is a group called ATs, and they came out with their can't talk to you. They came out with their new music. So you're like, why do you have two? Don't worry about that. Actually, we have three. This is a black one, but I don't have that one handy to me. So yeah, their music is it fills me with joy. Also, they kind of this particular album, it has a lot of Latin type undertones to it in the music, and that appeals to me. I think when I lived in Florida, specifically South Florida, before I moved here to Arizona, I listened probably more than I had ever in my life listened to Latin music. So hearing these Korean men also speak Spanish in some of the songs, this is wild. It's just yeah, I love it. So they just released this. This is like early release. It just came out today. So we just ordered first thing and got it delivered this morning at Target. But this music, I'm going to their concert, which I did spell work for, so that does kind of make sense as well. So they're going to be here July 25th. They'll be performing in Phoenix. So I am going to go see them live, and their shows are phenomenal from what I've been told. I've never seen them live. This will be my first K-pop concert. I'm very excited about this. If you have been following me, you know that when Beyonce's Renaissance came to Phoenix, prior to, I had talked about it and doing how I was doing spell work because people were talking like the tickets were going to be crazy prices, and that even if you could get a ticket, you would be like in a nosebleed. Like it was a lot of negativity around her concert. And maybe some people did spend more money than others, but I was able to get my ticket really, really cheap. And when I mean cheap, I mean I got two tickets for $200 and we had great seats. We had great seats. I also signed up for like the early buy thing and all that sort like you get the code and you go into the website, da 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 da. Anyway, but yeah, I was able to go and enjoy myself, and it wasn't expensive at all. And my best friend came in from, flew out of Philly, and she came here and she saw her with us, and she was able to get a ticket. So it was a magical night because magic was involved. So, and don't even start on Renaissance and how I felt about that, the music and everything else. My immediate when she came out on stage and started singing, I'm not a cry, like, you see people at a concert and they start crying. I never really understood that phenomenon. Like, what are you crying for? Are you happy? Are these tears of joy? Like, I'm like real ignorant about it. I didn't get it. So, well, now I do, because soon as she came out and sang Dangerously in Love, it's like, I realized I was looking at Beyonce. I was like, she's right there. Oh my gosh, she's right there. And the music comes on and just tears, and I look over my daughter, she cries too. Well, she is her mother's child. So we just start immediately crying. We're not even, I just happen to take a peek at her, but we're just, tears just come down our eyes. Emotional response. So I will probably be feral at this particular concert. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna be crazy. So yeah. But you want to talk about manifesting? You want to talk about that sort of stuff? Yes, I have. And it's coming and it's come together. I got my tickets, I got the album. I had part of my outfit. It made such a difference in my energy, removing blocked energy. Yes, it does. Dancing, oh my gosh. Also, bringing it all together. Music in general, being at a venue where you are around that level of energy and there's live music, and then it's hearkening to, again, the same thing. People leave like, if you ever notice, like, out, like if the concert was good and the music, everything, went well, people usually leave very satisfied. They look happy, they look spent as well, because they've released energy, a lot of blockages, especially if you allow yourself to get engulfed in the moment, the music, and just feel everything. Um, that's awesome. I'm glad that I'm glad, Gemstones, that you've connected with that. Um, that is so helpful. Dance, and then when you talk about dance, yes, just I talk about dance like nobody's watching. If you want to flail about, use your arms and move, that's cool too. But if you want to do concentrated like things, with the lower region, and just wind your body type thing, and getting more into, I guess, what would be considered sensual movement, that connects more to your feminine. That also can release a lot of blockages. You can become very, I've been there, very emotional the more you allow yourself to release that way. um, I even like to take it a step and maybe dress in something flowy. It doesn't, I mean, if it's your nightgown, that's cool too. But like dress in something flowy, just to kind of something where if you touch your leg or touch your, it feels soft, it feels good. Like it's a whole sensory thing. And that's why I like to have the lights dim and just candlelight as well. Nothing harsh. I don't want to get in my head about body image and, all that sort of stuff. So first, I know when I first started doing that, and it was helpful for me in my healing process as well after, my separation from my, then husband. So that was super helpful to me. I wish I had known about this when I was younger. This would have helped so much. But it felt so good doing that, and making that, building that into my practice. And to me, that felt, because if you get the right playlist, that feels like a meditative thing as well. And it's active meditation. You're moving your body. Even if it's not words, if it's just a certain beat, I like sometimes just drums, stuff like that. It connects to something more primal and feminine at the same time for me. So I feel powerful. Yeah. But I love adding dance to the practice. I realized I needed that. Um, I needed that real bad when I was going through some things. But even now, this past full moon, I needed that release. I needed to just move and allow myself to be present and in the moment and just feel how I felt. And I just let whatever came up, thoughts, burdens, issues, problems to solve. I just let it rise to the surface. And then I just did this thing like with every movement, every hand gesture, every dip, every dip, I let it go. Yeah, a lot of blockages removed for me as well this last full moon. I want to make a point to try to do that for myself more often. But yeah, music has been instrumental for me. I want to say, I mean, in my life, but definitely over the last couple of years. It sounds incredibly silly and corny, especially at my big age, but I'm going to tell you, in 2021, coming in 2022, I listened to a lot of BTS, the Korean boy band group. Yes. I listened to a lot of their music, and I know I'm not alone because TikTok has shown me women, even older, 10 years older than me, who went through some things. It's like divorce, separation, all that sort of stuff. Or just change your life change. And it's not about looking at these men, because I hadn't even been looking at videos per se. I was just listening to music. So listening to their music helped so much with just like, I don't know, it's like it was helping a shift with me, helping something was being rewired in my brain. I don't know. Well, that's healing. Yeah, it's never quite the same once there's been, trauma, things like that. But the rewiring that listening to their music did for me was so helpful. Um, yeah, that was so good for me. And I had been I mean, my daughter has for quite since what, 2016, 15, she's been listening to K-pop. Like that was her thing because that's my kid and I'm not paying attention. Like she would say, "Mommy, look, we're in a car. Oh, you want to hear this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's nice." I didn't care. It didn't appeal to me. And then one day I listened to Black Swan by BTS. I really listened to it. And I had heard other stuff and I liked it, but I listened to Black Swan, and that that did something. Um Ron Jett is interesting music to dance to, sensual and powerful, especially the song Holy. Oh, I don't know about that, but let me make a note. I can't find my notebook, which I would write things down on. Wait, is it here? No, it's not. Let me. I want that. I like that kind of stuff. I like different things. Okay. I will look into that. I like connecting with that. BTS as a whole is another level. I actually have been avoiding their music from seeing what it does to many. I just don't I don't know. Ready for all that. I'll need to dig a bit into that. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how it gets you. Now I just explained to you. Have I been exposed to it? Yes. Did I listen? She put the stuff on in the car. I'm like, oh, that's nice for you. Like, oh yeah, this is cute. I ain't never listened to it again. Um, One day I listened to one song and then I listened to it and I was like, what are the lyrics? What are they saying? Some things were in English and some not. So I was like, what is this song about? Then find out the English translation. And then I was like, oh, I'd like to see the video for this song. What does that look like? Then I saw the video and I was like, who's that guy? Like, he's such a great dancer. Who's that person? So then I started looking more into who that guy was. It was Jimin, by the way. And I was like, and then one thing led to another. Next thing you know, like, I got a poster of Jungkook. Like, don't give me deep down, I don't have any tattoos. If I could have a tattoo, it would be the BTS symbol. That's because there's a real connection. It's not just about, oh, I just love those individual members of those people. It's not like a fangirl thing. It's the art, the music itself. Um, I think when you're older, you won't go so like that. Like how my daughter back then was a little bit more yeah, she's more mature now. So her the way she looks into it, I could watch her. Like before it yeah, it wasn't the same level of fandom. Like her fandom would have went a little crazier then, and that turned me off. Like I'm like, girl, you're a little crazy about this. It was a little more for me now. It's just fun. It's fun. But it really helped me a lot. And then when speaking of Jimin, I know I'm going on a whole rant about this. I'll wrap it up about it. One of the members, Jimin in BTS, he released his solo work last year. Was it? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was last year. Um, and yeah, because I saw my son last year with his surgery. And the reason I'm bringing that up because as I travel, I was listening on my headphones when I was at my son's place. He had gotten a surgery on his leg or something, anyway, in his foot. So I was there to help him out. I was there for like 2 weeks or so. And when I was there, he was like drugged for the first week, so he didn't care what was happening. But I was bored. But I listened to a lot of that music on repeat, and when it was helpful listening to that, there's a lot. What is that? Oh, a big truck going by. Anyway, listening to that, it was like, I don't know, it was doing something for me as well, kind of keeping me calm. And I don't know. You know how music is. I don't, and there's a connection. That's all I can say. So that is everything. I'm trying to make sure I didn't skip anything because I am waiting for something else, but that's not witchy. That's just fun for me. But I'm waiting for something else to come in the mail. But yeah, let me just re go over everything that I got. So we started with the Which Way magazine. Which Way magazine, and this is called the Grimoire Society. It's $5 a month. The link is here in the chat portion here because I forgot to put it in the description. But anyway, it's here. So this is a really cool magazine. I This is my first month getting it. Um, One of my coven sisters, I had been seeing it on TikTok a lot. And I was like, oh, I should look into that. I never clicked on it. And I realized that one of my cousin sisters actually did get it. And I was like, oh, shoot, I want that. Speaking of, that's the story she was on there. If you didn't know, this is like a real story. Eclipse tragedy, astrological influencer murders family. This is horrible, by the way. Avoid spiritual con artists. Like, I love this. And there's like a story in here as well. So, anyway, it's great, good paper, and you get your horoscope in the back. And the classic cauldron recipes to make uh, cocoa cayenne cookies. That looks fun, actually. So yeah, and this is an advertisement on the back. So if you're interested, then also link here in the chat for this book, which this is giving very Bridgerton. Um, which fits because we were talking about that earlier. I love Bridgerton, and I honestly am ready to, like, I don't know, dress like this if I can. Like, this is everything right here. But I love the imagery, and I'm just thinking like doing a page in several pages, like planners, yes, but definitely like in one of my grimoires, connecting with like feminine, divine, and even like dark energy. Like, look at this, dark feminine. Like, that's pretty cool. Victorian, I don't know, whatever I'm into. um, and then I got from Ink, that sticker book was from Amazon. Ink Goddess Creations. I got these candles here. The Cottage Witch and the Kitchen Witch candle. They smell really good, by the way. Then I got this holy basil seed ball planting set. So it's a ball of seed for me to plant. You can see that's what that is in here. I don't want to handle it too much, but yeah. So they're saying for protection and all that, but I will be planting this with intention for sure. I've done that before. I shared it on this channel before as well, but I know I'm going to be doing something on the other channel with this 100%. So that was Ink Goddess Creations. I love that they are right here in Arizona because it doesn't take that long. Once it ships, it took a little long to ship, but I'm not going to complain too much. I didn't love that. Anyway, but I love the product, so I'll keep buying. Then I went to my local metaphysical store and I got these candles um, from there, and they were like, I don't know how much it was, like $12 or something like that. I think so for each candle. And I didn't have any. Again, I got some Florida water. Oh, of course, I can make my own, and I will. Sometimes I overlap stuff like that because this is a small bottle, but I don't have any right now. So this is good. I don't have any. So I need something. And I would wanted to do use that in a floor wash because one, from a practical sense, the dust here right now is trying to take me out. The dust right now, just there's dust outside in the air, like on my car. It's so dusty living in the desert. Who would have thunk it? But it gets in the house. I have an air purifier going. It's a problem right now, and it is impeding my breathing and my functioning as a human. Um, so yeah, I also want to clean for that reason, and also I want to do a cleanse as well for spiritual reasons. Um, Barnes and Noble, I went into the store and I got this. This is a notebook. It's Harry Potter. This was $12.95. Not too bad. I think I fell in love with the tabs. It's the tabs that's doing it for me. So yeah, and these stamps on here are I believe are the yeah, each one is featured on a tab. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna use this. We'll see. I don't have a reason. Don't ask. Anyways, I'll use that. And the store that I got, my local metaphysical store, local being it's in the area. It's not in my area actually. I had to drive there. It's kind of not far, but like under 30 minutes. It's in Phoenix, and they're called Stardust and Sage. And I put the link in the description for this. It's a really nice store. I love the energy in that store. I'm actually looking to go back soon because I didn't spend enough time with the crystals. I had stuff in my car, and every day is 100 degrees here at minimum. I'm not exaggerating. So it was the afternoon, and I couldn't. It was like electronic stuff, so I couldn't. I couldn't leave it in a car. So I had to measure my time. So when I next time I go, I will not have anything in a car, so I can spend more time just hanging out in that store. And I want to pick up some herbs as well, for sure. So then Barnes and Noble still. This is a classic. A lot of people have this book. I did not have this book. I It's something I've been meaning to get. I just never purchased the book. I have the Encyclopedia of Spirits on an old Nook, electronically essentially, but I wanted a physical copy of this, and I saw it in Barnes and Noble, so I was like, yeah, this is happening. So that's why I got it, and it's great for a reference. If you need something to guide you on a spell, I think this is a good sample, and it's so many different things in here. You're gonna find something to help you, and there's no way in the world I wasn't gonna buy this. The College Witch's Guide to Magic. Um, this was getting purchased. I Here's the thing with books like this. Let's say I'm looking at this and it's like it's mostly crafts and things like that for you to work, which is fine. But let's say I get what I get from out of it. I will use a book like this and I will take it apart and put it in my own grimoire. I will use elements like the color pictures. I'll use it for a vision board or stuff like that. It means I don't want to say it means nothing, but like if I don't like a book but it has nice pictures, I'm gonna use the pictures. But I think I'm gonna be able to work some of the stuff that's in here. When I think about a book on cottage witchery, I love the idea of the crafts. I think the crafts are definitely necessary because when you're looking at stuff like this, you're gonna want to do a craft. However, I also like reading about like history, lore, and more narration type stuff as well. That's what I think about when I think of a cottage witchery book that I would want to read. or I guess right. Fairy lamps. This is cute. Like, I think it's good to have this sort of stuff. But this book, the whole purpose is, again, it says it's a guide to magic, but it's crafts essentially. Then Marie Laveau, Voodoo Grimoire. This is something I had my eye on for some time, and I saw it, so I got it. So yeah, the cover is so cool, isn't it? I like it. It's not color at all. Um, and this, but yeah, it's what it's what you think. I think it's going to be. I think it might be very interesting, some of the things, and they can give me some ideas. Sting healing ointment, petroleum jelly, agrimony leaves, marigold leaves. I don't have any agrimony. See, I need to go get that. um, so there's like bird. Oh, for cough, cold, and flu. What you got for allergies? Is there anything in here for allergies? Brown sugar cough syrup, common cold syrup, cough syrup. Okay, so the mullein leaves and horehound. The only thing you have to be careful, and I found this out because I kind of hurt myself, is I was taking milk thistle a while ago, um, because I had some. I was a little concerned about the liver stuff, and after getting some blood work done. So anyway, a friend was told about it worked for them to take some milk thistle supplements. So I started taking the supplements, and I was feeling like it was allergy season. But at one point, I was feeling it got a little scary because I was like, I feel like I'm having trouble breathing. Like my throat was closing up, and it never got to the point where I needed to go to the hospital. However, I know spirit led me because I had been taking different supplements. It wasn't just that one. But spirit said to look in that cabinet and look at that bottle. And when I did, it says contains ragweed. Basically, if you're allergic to ragweed, don't use this. So I did an environmental test, the kind where they stick the needles all on your back or something. I had recently did that. So I know for a fact that I have a allergy to ragweed. And yeah. So be careful, like supplements where it's like, powdered herbs or, whatever it is in the little caplets and things like that, or even just drinking the teas. Like, be careful how they're sourced. How is it made? Because if you have these type of, I didn't know. I mean, I knew it was a recent development. Just like I found out I'm really allergic to cats. I used to tell people because I'm not a cat person, but I sometimes would actually get stuffing. I was like, oh, I used to think it was certain cats. Like, I never really thought too hard into it because I knew I wasn't going to be dealing with cats. But I really am allergic to cats. So no cats around here for me. And dogs, actually. I haven't had allergy symptoms around dogs. I had a dog before, but with allergy, it's like it's a scale. Like, how allergic are you? Are you like deathly allergic, or if you're in that environment for too long? Is it long-haired dogs? It just depends, right? Um, but be careful with these herbs, is my point, because you could mess around and be like me, be just sitting here. I remember sitting at this desk, like, what's happening? What's going on? I couldn't breathe. It was after a week of taking the milk thistle. I was taking myself out slowly but surely. Um, but yeah, be careful with the herbs for sure. But yeah, I now have a place to go buy herbs, and they're very educated, by the way. So it's almost a bit of, so when I go, if I have a certain, let's say I have symptoms and I want to talk it out, there are people there who can help me with that, and I love that too. So that is everything, y'all. I'm looking around, make sure I'm not skipping nothing. I will be back with a book review next time we're together. Also, don't forget, if you didn't know, I'm hosting a witchy show and tell tomorrow. It's going to be, the link is in the description on my Discord channel, and the Discord name is Leap Taken's Safe Place for Witches. Um, I prefer Discord because you can do like a Zoom like style meeting there, and it's no cost. That's why I went with Discord. Also, I was in a house with a bunch of gamers and I only know Discord. But anyway, that's why I did it. So use that link. Join us tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bring whatever you want. If you have a collection of crystals that you would like to show and tell, if you have a collection of oils in pretty bottles or not so pretty bottles, but it's something that you've created and you have a bunch of them, you can't wait to talk about it. If you have a collection of tarot cards and you want to share a few that you've been doing, if you make handmade items and you want to share it, come through. If you want to show your book of shadows, or your magical journals or your planner or whatever it is, or if you have a book of just magical components, it's just magical book journal, come through, show it. If you want to wear something that you normally can never wear around people, and that's your show and tell, please come show and tell. I just want to encourage community. I want to encourage like-minded folk, um, to have a place to get together where you don't have to worry about someone thinking you're weird, or why are you doing this, and all that sort of stuff. Like we're all there for that reason. And if I was to encounter someone be misbehaving, which unfortunately it's only happened twice, and I've removed them. That's it. I've removed them. It's not so large where I can't see. I know what's going on. I had somebody kind of, I don't know what they were intending to do, but I get the feeling they were trying to solicit by, messaging people privately. And then I had someone just being odd. Yeah, they were odd. I had to remove them from the group. But it's been a couple years, and that's the only two incidents I've had. Most people are pretty chill. It's kind of quiet over there, and I want to shake it up. Hence why I'm doing this event on Saturday. So come through, just like, and it's fun. Think about it. You're gonna maybe see people again. It's Zoom style, so you can choose to be on video. If you're not comfortable, but you want to show us something, just turn your camera around and show us the thing. You could still be talking, and when you're done showing us, turn the camera off and keep talking. How often will you be doing this? I won't be able to attend tomorrow. Would love to join. Oh no. Well, I'm just starting. I don't know, but I think that would be a fun thing to do monthly, even if you showed the same thing or every quarter. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. Um, and then I'll let you know. I hadn't intended on doing it again, but I'm open to it. But let's see what happens, right? Um, I don't know. We'll see. I'll see you tomorrow. But I usually do something anyway. Like Samhain, I usually do like a virtual Samhain party. Um, and now maybe I'm thinking a summer solstice party, a summer solstice virtual party to celebrate the summer. Yeah, thank you. Yes, and please attend. But I'm definitely I'm thinking about a summer solstice party with a theme as well, and maybe even a little ritual that we can do or something like, something of that nature, just to celebrate summer and whatever that is. Yeah, so we'll see. But it's okay if I want to preface this, if you're not comfortable with your background, there are settings in there where you don't have to I don't have to see your house, and what's going on. If you're a private person or you have kids, you don't want that. That's perfectly fine. You can mute, by the way, as well. It's all like Zoom functions. But you can create a background, so if you don't want us to see your background, that's okay too. And you can just keep the camera off of you and you can just talk. And if you want to show something, like I said, you can show it and then turn the camera off. If you don't have anything to show and you just kind of want to hang out, please come. I'm not going to it's not mandatory, but ideally, most of us should be showing us something. But if you don't have anything, I encourage you just to come visit and just kick it. We'll meet for about an hour, and just hang out and, you know, just have community and talk. And who knows, you might, find out, meet somebody new, that it's nearby and has the same interest in you, but you won't know if you don't show up. So I'm just reminding you. So thank you guys for watching and coming through today. I appreciate you all. Um, it was fun shopping this well, I got this over the better part of the last week. So it was very fun going into a metaphysical store. I forgot how fun that can be when you physically go into a store and shop, including Barnes and Noble. That was fun too, getting these books and just spending time deciding. I discovered on Amazon this sticker book collection. These are only $13.99. And you might think, oh, that's still, I would think $5. Nothing is $5 anymore. So like, just let that go. I've had to release that. $13.99. Other sticker books, even of this size, could be like $30. To put it in perspective, I'm not joking. There could be like $25, $29.99, or just over $30 for this size, this thin. Yes, I'm not making it up. So $13.99 for the quality, and it looks original. Like, come on, I love this. Like, I know I'm probably, once this is done, I'm gonna use this page because I could see using this in something as well. But yeah, I'll leave it here. Thanks again. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. Come through Saturday. Again, the link is in the description. Is in the description of all my videos. So if you click on any video, if you don't know, remember, it's like, where did she say it was at? Just go to any of my videos and click on it, look in the description and click on the Discord and come through. All right. Bye. Oh, like, subscribe, share, and all that YouTube stuff. It helps. All right. Bye.